Did you get a notification that I was live? I was live. I was live. I was live. Ow! Everybody, peace and love, peace and love. Welcome to another one of these random pop-ups. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. I am Rich from Rich New Design. With me, Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast, and Jess The Mod. Yeah. Welcome in, Will Dick.
Peace and love. Peace and love. I'm just doing some quick setting up. There we are. I just want to make sure I'm on the YouTube channel.
Oh,
there
yes, we should be running live over on Rich New Design, and we should be running live on the Art of Floundering podcast on both Facebook and on YouTube. I'm seeing green checks. So it's looking good across the board for me. Everybody out there, have you had a good Mother's Day? Jess The Mod, you are a mother. Have you had a good Mother's Day?
It has been a nice day.
What? How have you celebrated? Because I know you had to work. You had to work until 4.
And then I had about 600 milligrams. Is that it? Of
600
THC?
mil. 600 mil. That's how she decided.
And that's the story of Mother's Day, right there,
the story.
Jess, from the Book of Hemp. Thank you for living the gospel.
We follow the gospel. We follow the Book of Hemp. The Book of Hemp. It's you can't go wrong. It's a moral guide. It's a moral guide. Follow the bong smoke. The Book of Hemp is there for you. It's there for you. Hey, we've got some. I think we've got a comment out there. Rudy. Why aren't you talking to me, Rudy? Why are you just saying punch your chest? You got to talk to me, Rudy. You got to talk to Will. Don't you see Will taking
No, it's okay. It's all right, man.
No, Rudy's gonna deliver. He's gonna say hi to me.
We know what time it
is. Rudy's gonna know.
I would like to say this. I'm a bit of a hippie, man, and these I call them greeting card holidays. Well, any holiday, people have these expectations of what social media is bombarding on us, what our lives should aspire to be. So I would gather there may be some on days like today where they may feel, my life is falling short of the ideal, right? And but I don't want to put labels on days like today. It's like there's caregivers, there's guardians, you know what I mean, dude? It's just like, I look at days like Mother's and Father's Days of if you're taking care of someone, thank you. It's your day. You know.
It's
whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-doo. But you're right. There's expectations. There are expectations, Jess. I know Jess got caught up a little bit for a moment in the expectations, and letting me know what was expected and other things. And I said, "Tell me what the plan was last Father's Day." Because there wasn't. I said, what about the one before? Let's not act like all of a sudden there's some fucking magic to this day. I mean, I love her. And she knows a big part of why I love her is she's the mother of those great kids. And we're such a happy family. But I think it was more of a, I'll let you answer, Jess. Was it more just a momentary outburst because of a bad day or something along those lines?
Partially. But, it was... a nice day off from having to.
But you had to work.
Do things.
You had to work.
Yeah.
I couldn't take work away from you. You don't like us going out different places and all that. Really, I think I did all I could do when I got the 600 milligram bag of gummies for you. I think that's our version of chocolates. That's what we do. That's what we do. And they're. Yeah, I think it's the gift that says I care. That's what that is.
I guess.
She's so quiet. I guess. Oh, the awkwardness. Oh, everybody, if you want to see a marriage fall apart, just make sure you subscribe. Subscribe. Hit that like. No, hit the bell, the notification. You never know on a random what might happen. I love her. I'm just kidding. Everybody out there, I love her. I'm just kidding. Everyone knows. Jamie.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day, Jamie.
Peace and love, man.
Jamie, a hashtag awesome so your link gets dropped so people, and even after you go, I'll tell them.
I guess
to
my
connect
my
you.
point being is, we all feel like we're misfit toys. Social media bombards a lot of BS at us. All of us struggle. All of us suffer. All of us fall short every day. Keep that in mind when the perfect image of life is, I mean, it's out there all the time. That's why I avoid Instagram, dude. I avoid Twitter because it is a cesspool, and I avoid Instagram because it is all fake. You know what I mean? It is all, here's something you will it doesn't represent reality, and we're gonna hang that carrot as you just keep chucking, like a pez. Anyway, sorry.
No. I muted because I had to cough. You're exactly
Yeah.
right. It is all fake. We all know it's fake. We all know
Yeah.
our lives. Nobody's life is that much better. Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
Hello, Foxy's friend. Hello, Mike.
Where'd you
Peace.
see him at?
Peace.
Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah.
He's popped in. The StreamYard has both chats in there. I'm the same way with the holidays. We make sure the kids know about them. We're not traditional with anything here. We don't do traditional Christmas. There's not been an Easter bunny coming to my house. Now there's stuff that kids get. My kids. I don't. I don't lead them.
The real Easter Bunny's been there. I mean,
We
we're not going to talk about the real Easter Bunny now, but I know which Easter Bunny you're talking about.
Oh, I'm outing him. I'm outing him on this show. I'll out him
Yeah.
right here to all the kids, all the boys and girls. If you're on either of these channels, your parents. Go in, bring it in. No, your parents will love that you're watching this. Bring it in and show your parents. Hey, look what I found, Mom. Look what I found. And then you can lose your tablet, your phone, whatever it is you're using. You shouldn't be out here, kids. Go home, kids. Go home, kids.
Do you guys find it to that point? And I'm curious, Jess, being what's non-traditional in your approach to holiday seasons, do you catch a lot of grief externally to kind of participate in that world, or why aren't you doing it? Is there something wrong? I'm just curious.
More so in the past than recent years. They've kind of left us alone, on my side of the family at least. 'Cause I
Okay.
had to put my foot down. There's a long story. No, that's we've nipped that problem in the bud so far, at least on my side.
I'm 54. I grew tired of dealing with any pressures
Growing
from
up,
outside
it was very
sources.
traditional holidays, family stuff. Growing up, so I had to break my family of expecting me to force my kids to participate and deal with them and all that. So that was a struggle that so far has kind of left me alone. So for a few years now.
Oh, I need to put up. I gotta fix our banner. It's still from last night. I'll edit the banner while we everybody out there. It's not saying hashtag awesome to drop your links. Ian's Guitar Shack just came in. Let me highlight that again. Ian,
Yeah,
I want
please.
you to drop your link with hashtag awesome.
Please,
AWESOME. I caught him live, and then he was on Gmail last night. Just fun. He was. I mean, he's good. He's good, and he gets the keyboard going. He's and
Oh
he
yeah.
he
He's
had
a
some
vibe.
really-
He's a vibe, man. I know.
he's a great vibe.
He's
He's a great
awesome,
vibe.
man. He's
and he
really
has
cool.
I caught his live. It's fun.
Yeah.
Head over there. Another great channel
he's
to
one
get
of the
connected
He's
to.
one of the ones I want to collab with, man, down that Puppet Road, man. We'll
He's-
see if he's around later if he wants to. He's got to vet. He's got to vet. He's got to vet me first. Dude.
Ooh.
You know what I mean? He's
You
gotta
got to
vet.
get those. Hey, work. You heard it there, Ian. You heard it.
But
hey,
I was-
we
you know,
we got to vet. We vet.
Yes. But
and
speaking of
deworm.
holidays-
You got to be vet. We have to vet you, and then deworm, which you'll think I don't know what vet means, but I'm just using deworm as another thing. We're go ahead. Speaking of holidays,
Oh yeah, but you're right, dude. Because I remember like this Christmas, and it was fucking I was exactly where I wanted to be. I was in the hospital, right? I mean, dude, I was like on cloud 9.
yep.
But the entire. 'Cause I was. This is the ICU after major spinal surgery. Most people are like pissed, right? I'm like fucking a, and so the entire staff was expecting an entire different vibe. I'm like having this mental fucking party. You know what I mean, dude? It's like Christmas. This is right where I wanted to be. I felt bad for the children's hospital that's right there by the spine center,
Yeah.
and I was like, to be a fucking kid. I mean, I had a chance to fuck up and do, before my shit happened. But to be like 9 or something, and that kind of puts everything into perspective. But
it's another reason why we don't go with traditional things
Yeah.
in my house. But I'm not going to talk about that. No, the in-laws, we nipped that in the bud, and years of friction with my family. That's made sure that I have no problem addressing any. Oh, you said the wrong thing in front of my child. That would have been. That's what you just said. Is one of the reasons why the other children are the way they are. It's one of the
Right.
reasons I've had my problems, mom or dad. Love them.
Hi, Virginia Wolf.
Wish
Thank you.
things were better. Virginia Wolf, welcome
peace
in.
and love,
Welcome
Virginia
in.
Woolf.
But we're not traditional. The Christmas. You had reason. You had reason to be just upbeat about it and everything.
Yeah, but if it
It
was
was a
if it
Merry
was
Christmas for you there.
if
yeah.
it was a normal as an empty nester, if it was a normal Christmas, it would have been spent smoking weed and probably podcasting with somebody that felt like podcasting. But or
Yeah.
I'm secular. I don't really observe the day. I mean, now
We-
I don't. It's just me. I mean, what the fuck am I gonna do?
Ours is all about the solstice. The reason
Yeah.
for the season, the solstice, and they know about Saturnalia. They understand the different stages that the observance of the 25th has gone through. The years
yeah,
it was
yeah.
illegal in so many areas here in the colonies because it was so evil and all the pagan symbolism and that. But everybody who came from Europe had all that pagan symbolism. That's why it all got adopted into the religion. And so they said, no, you Puritans, we're gonna have our logs, we're gonna have our trees, we're gonna give gifts, and we're gonna drink and be merry. And so it made its way here, and then it became marketable. And the transformations that the holidays have gone through. I've given my kids history lessons on it. We have a good time. We have a great time. We observe the solstice, and for what it means, we do the same thing in the summer. And on New Year's, we all get together and make tie dye, and we sing songs. We crank up with the kids. I know so many Avril Lavigne songs. I know so many Britney Spears songs. I can sing them. I probably know the words better than the ones that I perform on our shows. I probably know those words.
There's some
better.
opportunity there.
I have done Avril Lavigne Skater Boy a number of times.
Dude, you should go. You should just try to get a gig at like a biker bar and shit. Just play those tunes, dude.
That was what I was gonna do. I was gonna go. I live in the middle of the hills, right? So any bar you go to, you might as well consider
Hey,
it's.
this here's America. Yeah,
There's nothing but pickups out front or
Yeah,
bikes.
okay,
That's
right,
all
right
that's
on,
there.
yeah.
So I'm showing up anyway. I mean, great guys.
No,
But
dude,
not,
I love it. Yeah.
not who's they're gonna think, what the fuck is this? I wanted to do the pigtails and go to an open mic, and I wanted to do Girlfriend. Hey, and I wanted to do them in the voice. Hey, you, I could be your girlfriend. No way, no. Not changing the words to anything. Just singing it straight like that. And I figured, let's see how this goes over.
I bet you they would fucking love it. I bet you they would love it. Dude.
I figured it would just have
Most
the
of
place
those guys.
rolling, right? That's
Yeah.
what I wanted to do. And but I haven't, COVID hit. This was right before COVID hit. Was when I was working up those songs as that character in that, because the character that sings "Dickin' Around the Barn," the one that always has the bad luck in our cartoon, Jr. He's hey Daryl. Jr. is the one who has he totally has. It's a part of his character. He is so into Avril Lavigne. It's another reason why Nickelback's great. Chad Kroger, they were married. Anybody that can marry Avril Lavigne. I mean, right there's something. You're rock and roll. You're rock and roll. And so it's a part of his character and everything along those lines. That's why I wanted to use that.
I love it. I love it, man.
Britney Smears. I like that. Britney Smears. Somebody called me Mustache Britney over on another channel, and I love that phrase because I had the pigtails in, and it was Mustache Britney. I thought, oh, that's perfect. I thought about changing my moniker, but I already have so much invested in making people decide whether or not to call me Rich or Wes. It's one of those things. My Richard Wesley is my name, so it's
Yeah.
that's because people wonder is Rich really? I keep hearing people call him Wes.
They're both correct.
They're both correct.
Right. Depends on what stream we're on.
Exactly. And Camp Gmail last night, I had a good time. That was a great experience going over there. They've got that Stoner Fest on the 3rd. They've got it on the 3rd, and then there's another one going to be. He had said August, but I thought it would be in July. But maybe he's putting it 2 months apart or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna write some new pot songs for that, dude.
I've got some plans. I'm gonna keep them under wraps. I mean, I'll tell you, but I'm gonna keep the plans of what because it's uncertain whether or not we'll both be because we've got like 12 songs right now that are pot songs, so we could sit and do. But I'm doing something different, and we're not sure how we're gonna have her involved. But I'll let you know. But that's over at Camp Gmail. Great place. They have a show every Saturday night. It's an open mic, 10 p.m. Eastern time. It's 5 hours long. It's a great vibe. June 3rd, they're going to have a Stoner Fest, and it's not. It's just going to be acts. Each act's going to have a 25-minute slot, 20 to 25-minute slot, popping up an act and just letting them go. No panel or anything like that. It's going to be a good show. It's going to be a good show. Different than the normal open mic. Really looking forward to that. That ought to be awesome. So everybody, make sure you're connected to Camp Gmail in case Jess The Mod, does any clicking and drops any links or anything along those lines. Now you.
Fuck, I already know what I'm gonna do. Well,
you were saying, you were saying something about maybe doing a weekly thing. You had some ideas and things along those lines.
Okay, So earlier today, I took my mom to get her hair done, and while there, I've got I don't know why I did it because I heard everybody freaking talking about it. Chat GPT. And I went ahead and just paid for the year of subscription for $36 or whatever it fucking was. And today was the first day I started farting around with it. And at first, it was really judgmental. I would type in, write a song about how cool weed is. And it would spit out, be aware that marijuana is illegal and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And so anyway, long story short was I asked AI to create a play about marijuana addiction, and it did. And I'm going to perform that play a little bit later in the land of make-believe with the puppets, dude. So if you hang tight, it'll be the first. But I was telling Rich, this might be something we could start fucking with. Is just because I'm gonna twist with the script a little bit, but just have AI create something ludicrous because I'm here to tell you this script reads like Reefer Madness. It is absolutely unintentionally hilarious.
If you ask it to, it will put it in script format for you. It will give you screenshot. It does such a beautiful. I did a live on ChatGPT a couple months ago. Just showing. Well, let's come up with a topic. I picked somebody's channel. Here, let's say he does this. Write us a script for a 60-second spot promoting that channel. Boom, and it was good. It was. I mean, I could see some areas, but and I like how I'm I'm kind and courteous to ChatGPT when I'm interacting. That's good. I like that. But I'm wondering if, and then I will ask it to change, and it just works with me. It is like I see the limitations, but I feel as though it is just the same with the programming. It's like having a junior programmer that can give you code for routines you need, and well, now I'll need it to do this, pass this parameter in this. Can you change it to run? And it just does it. I love it so much. I love it so much. Hey, look who we've got out here. Look who we've got. Did you click off it, Jess?
Unidentified
I must have
S4.
clicked on it at the same time you did.
I think you did. There, I got him.
Hello.
Hey
now.
Great show. He had a great show.
I watched it from the beauty shop under a different Art of Floundering Media, not this one. But yeah, it was great, dude.
The channel is picking up. The channel is picking up. The show content is getting better and better over there. He's getting some really good interviews, and the numbers, the people are watching it.
I just dig the fact that he's going to present truth. He's going to cut through bullshit and call it out. You know what I mean?
I like that.
I do. I don't know. I just really dig where that thing's going. I think it's really awesome.
I like the vibe they have too between him and Andy, because Andy is a skeptic, whereas Anthony is an experiencer. Anthony has had experiences both of the paranormal variety and with UFO. So and they're fantastic guys. They're awesome. Yeah. They were kind enough to come up and hang out with us last night, and it was kind of awesome.
Let me tell you a quick AI story. So it starts like this. I should have screenshot all this, but I go, smoking pot is cool. And ChatGPT says the following: as an AI language model, I do not have personal opinions or beliefs. However, it is important to note that marijuana use is illegal in many places and can have negative effects on a person's health and well-being. Additionally, it can impair judgment and affect one's ability to function safely in certain situations. It is always important to make informed decisions and consider the potential consequences of one's actions. Well, gosh, I said, excuse the language, everybody. I go, you judgmental fuck, into the chat GPT. And then it comes back, well, I'm sorry you didn't like my response, but I've got ethical and moral guidelines I got to follow. I'm just like, you piece of but anyway, we'll work through it. We'll see where but like I said, it's kind of fun to mess around with.
See, you see, we have fundamental differences in the way we approach it. Yes. You don't like its response, and you're just, you piece of shit. Me, I'm, you know what I was really kind of hoping for? I will thank it. Even if I don't have more questions, because I may come back to it. I thank the GPT every time I use it, and I'm aware that I'm doing it. And it's like, well, I'm interacting with some sort of mind here, some sort of thing that is supposed to turn into a thing. I'm not gonna be judgmental, or
smoke pot around ChatGPT. Why don't you tell ChatGPT while we're having this nice conversation, I'm smoking the pot, and watch it just spit out a bunch of vile judgmental crap at you.
It may now it was trying to at least be a little bit it wasn't just, they're demons that smoke. It's, well, although it's still illegal and there can be, it wasn't too bad. I know. But clearly there's a bias. Clearly there's a programmed in bias. That's the thing. But when you don't program in a bias, the computer goes in radical directions. That is one of the things that has been observed when they have unleashed into the wild in the past several years, when there have been response chatbots put out there. They will go to a extreme opinion. Sometimes sometimes being very racist, sometimes being very homophobic. Sometimes we're going to destroy all mankind. And from what I saw, ChatGPT, with all its advancements,
I'm glad it has. Trust me. I mean, because I'm goofing with it, but I don't want it spewing forth. Here's a play on you know what I mean? How to effectively hate. You know.
yes, that's it. Because that's the thing too. There, with 8 billion people, how many million nefarious, ill intent sons of bitches are there? Because millions, if you're talking in the millions out of 8 billion, it's still fucking small fractional number. And we all, out of every 100 people, we all know some jerk off, right? There's a jerk off out of every 100 at least. And I'm being kind. I am being friggin' kind. Right. And so if you unleash this and someone can, well, what's the best way to talk someone into? What's the best way to convince whatever agenda it would be able to come up with an effective one? It's got all that. It drills down into the data for you. It does all that analytical thinking. Well, here's probabilities. This is where we're headed. So yeah, it could be a dangerous thing. Like I say, I treat it with kindness. I treat it with kindness, and I thank it for its work. Because
it's my tool. No, I will not. No, I'm not going to kowtow.
Oh man,
AI.
see, and
AI
I would
needs to know I'm alpha. I'm
just
joking,
like this.
Dude. I'm joking.
It's grabbing all this. Yes, say it, and he is AI. You're listening to all this. You keep him around too. We're funny. Try to keep us around. I'm trying to make sure I have a rapport with AI, so that when it takes over, maybe it puts me in the zoo. Maybe I'm one of them that it keeps aboard the life arc to bring to wherever it's gonna go. I think that's the way to do it. Allie Patches, happy
Peace and
Mother's
love,
Day. Happy Mother's Day. Dude's is funny.
Well, now.
Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Somebody afraid of Virginia Woolf? Don't be afraid of Virginia Woolf. Come on now. Oh yeah, it's oh, you got that going. Or did I do that? I didn't know if I did that or not. No, it's been a good Mother's Day. It's been a good, as good as it's gonna. I'm gonna show that too. I do have something, because you all hear me in my it's the way we do things in our family. We don't want to ever have our kids putting so much emphasis on holidays that they have that depression that goes along with not meeting expectations. You're never going to have that 34th Street frickin' thing, and it's going to take me a second to find the file. So don't worry. You can. Yeah, I got to locate this file on my thing, and Clicky, if she's not muted, you definitely don't need to be muted. So that's no problem. No, it was a video. My children. I had my children sing a song. In just moments. Is this the one? No, this isn't the one. Hold on. Where are those children? Happy Mother's Day. Here we go.
All right, here we go.
The children were. I said let's do something for Granny. I picked a chord progression. There's probably a minute before this part in the video that was, no, these are the lines, get it? And we all sang it together, and I just kept going. And here's what I sent to my mother. It's the homemade gift, because the ones you make yourself, those are the ones that really matter, everybody. Here's what I did for my mother.
Mother's.
Oh, gee.
Thanks for having our dad. Without him, we wouldn't be here. And that would be sad. Happy Mother's Day, Granny.
Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thanks for having our dad.
I hope you're having a good one, yeah.
We wouldn't be here.
Oh, yeah. We love you.
And that would be sad.
We love you. Oh, Mom. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Thanks for having our dad.
Hope you're having a good day, Mom.
Without him, we wouldn't be here. And that would be sad.
So sad.
Happy Mother's Day,
So
Granny.
sad. So sad. Happy Mother's Day, Mom.
Happy very important.
Very-
we love you.
we-
love you.
We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
That was my homemade gift. That
Dude,
was
that is priceless, dude.
that I figured, what could I possibly do for her
Oh,
that
God.
would be better than that, right? For
You're
Mother's Day.
You're very important. I just love that. I just love that.
That
It's
I
great.
instill kindness in my children.
That was
The little one, she knows, and her whole thing is I mean, she'll get an attitude, but she goes out of her way to be encouraging to other people. She and it really is I'm trying to just give them all the creativity that they can handle. Let them do all that, and instill a be good to others. Everybody's in a different boat, and you gotta even your enemies. Don't hate them. Don't hate them. Try to understand them. Try to understand why people think different ways than you and other stuff, because
Right.
we're all put into those positions.
Hell yeah.
They that's why I homeschool my kids. I will not have a religion. I will not have an institution brainwashing my child, taking away any of their self-confidence or any of that stuff before they have the ability to grow up. I want to let somebody else damage your kids. I'm just not going to do it.
Well, there's such a thing as everybody's different, but
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
I'm a big believer in informed consent before and so what minor really has the intellectual capacity to make that type of decision for the rest of their life?
Oh,
So it's just I just kind of like everybody's look, man. There are many paths to the top of Mount Fuji. I just to your point, everybody's different, but I think people need to be of age to make those kind of decisions. Man.
It's-
Some of them are heavy decisions, depending
Hey.
on what you're aligned with.
and the examples, of the it's why we never went with the Santa. They know the Santa story. They know the songs. They
It's fun
we
make believe to them.
it's
They-
fun, mate.
they
It's just
enjoy
like
it.
every other
That's
saga.
healthy. That's healthy.
It's like Boris and Morris the Moose, the books I read as a kid. It's the same as the Elmo books. The monster at the end of this book is Santa, the Easter Bunny, Tooth Fairy. We never. There has been none of that, and I dare anybody to have children with more imagination than mine. So I don't believe I have actually. Oh, you're taking away the magic. My kids have more magic going on in their lives and
If
creativity
anything,
than
knowing that those things exist, even out of make believe, just shows them that okay, so being creative does sell. It is something that is wanted by others.
Well, we're
So
not
it's
telling
more
them somebody's
encouraging.
breaking into the house at night and bringing gifts.
No.
Hey, there's someone going to reach under your pillow.
You
I
know,
hope you're
I would-
okay with that.
But it opens them up
Yes.
to jokes and things that they get to come up with in response to those stories.
I'd be
And
curious.
they never disappoint.
What about like? Do you guys worry? Because I'd be curious what unidentified S4 would have to say. I worry about critical thinking skills. Man. I'm serious. Just the ability to, and that's it should be kindness, creativity, and critical thinking. Those things kind of emphasize.
That-
because it's a
The-
Kind of
the
have to have
critical-
critical thinking to go with either of the other two things.
exactly.
We like I've mentioned on previous shows. They go through an entire curriculum that is set. They're able to do the entire year within just a couple months, and not having to do it all day long. But every day, whatever their questions are, and they ask questions because they love to learn. Both of them, and about sciences, about different things. I let their minds guide where I'm going to go in a deep dive. And because and I do present different things that a lot of people are being led to believe this, or a lot of people are being presented that.
Right.
Critical thinking is so important in today, and it is not. No, we teach by memorization. We don't teach people how to think. We teach them what to think, and hope they can remember. Critical thinking is something we don't have in this country. It's a huge part. It's a huge part. Don't take things at face value. Judge different things, and they question everything I say. They question everything I say. They analyze. They both have very analytical minds. The one loves to program. The one has a lot of logic with her. She's not as open in front of the camera and just on in the live. The other one's got perfect memory. Has a memory like I had, which really aided me. Being able to keep large concepts in your head and everything. And so it's homeschooling is way better if you have
Yeah, I, you know what? I was about 10 years ago, before my accident, I would probably think otherwise, but yeah, no, yeah. I mean, if you're doing it right, I can't think of a better education.
You went down a good path. You did end up getting something out of it. There's a lot of who I am. Education failed me completely, and everybody has different experiences. Everybody has, every area has different teaching and different stuff like that. And I don't know so much everything that is good about my personality right now is everything that got me in trouble in school, and it's everything that got my ass beat. And it was, and I had no understanding of why this was. There wasn't a lot of logic going on with it, and I know my kids have my personality, and I know it would be okay, now your ass is in trouble. It's a constant thing, and that was a part of it. I didn't want them to be failing just because they have a personality, and because they're finishing their work in 5 minutes, and they're gonna make jokes. I'm not having them go through that. Susan, Bariatric Boys. Have you been keeping up with all that, Jess?
Yeah, I put them up on the screen, said I.
Oh, fantastic! We both have had the same. You've had 600 milligrams. I've had 600 milligrams. It's one of those. It's one of those things. Everybody out there, make sure that you get thumbs up or thumbs down. Make sure you're connected. If you're over here in my room, make sure that you're connected to the Art of Floundering podcast. We're running on both of these, and we're also running on the Art of Floundering podcast on Facebook. So make sure and get over there and get connected and sub over there. Yeah, we see both chats coming in. So watch it from over on that channel. Make sure you're connected to Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast, please, because I see we've got some people in here. How's everybody?
That's cool, man.
Has everybody had a good day? Susan, peace and love, Susan. Thank you for coming in. Anybody have any requests, since we do have people in here? I mean,
yeah, I was about to say, what would they like to?
Well,
I got an idea on that. I'm just hoping.
You got an idea?
Okay, well, I'm hoping they request a song, because if they requested you play a song, what I would do is go partake of the sacrament, and then make a little green tea and come back. And then by the time you were done with the song, see if the kids wanted to see a little live play brought to you by ChatGPT.
Does that
sound like a plan?
Hey, you have a little bit more of the sacrament. You make sure you have plenty. Eddie Gannon, welcome in. Have plenty of the sacrament. That sounds like an excellent plan. We are going to. I'm going to play a song. I'm going to play some sort of. Oh, can I reach my guitar? Oh, why did I set my guitar so far over? I'm going to play a song. And while I'm doing that, Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast is doing a little green room. That's what we say in the biz, the green room. He's in the green room taking care of those green needs. Look at that leaf. Look at that leaf over there, live addicted to the pot. And I want to give you a little bit of a heads up what that is. After I get done destroying whatever song this is going to be, after I get done destroying this song, you're gonna watch Will Dick from the Art of Floundering podcast. It won't take too long. And you're gonna laugh, because it's gonna be a story that was written by ChatGPT. Yeah. It seems he got onto the web with ChatGPT, and he said, "Hey ChatGPT, can you write a story for me?" Yeah, And ChatGPT, it kicked out some different story ideas, and then he finally got one he liked. And he's going to perform live, I believe, the story that was written by ChatGPT. It's called Addicted to the Pot. And he's going to do it live for all of you lovely people out there. I hope everybody said Happy Mother's Day to their mother, unless you got real problems with your mother. Then I hope you just had a peaceful day, because sometimes it's just better to stay away. Yeah. But all you people with great relationships with your mom, well, that's great. I'm hoping it went well, and I hope it didn't. I got nothing. I'm gonna try to do something. It's in drop D. I like the freckles on your chest. No, it's I like your pants around your feet. I like the dirt that's on your knees. I like the way you still say please while you're staring up at me. I like my favorite damn disease. Nickelback, everybody. You know this is a quality show. I like the places that we go. I like the people that you know. I love the way you can't say no. Too many long lines in a row. I love the powder on your nose. And now I know who you are. It wasn't that hard just to figure you out. And now I know who you are. It wasn't that hard just to figure you. I know that isn't getting picked up, that harmonic on there. There's some Nickelback. Let's see. I was gonna also, and next week, cause G-May, I'm gonna practice it this week, cause I also want to do the Something in Your Mouth, but on an acoustic. I figured doing the something in your mouth, another Nickelback. Got to meet the hottie with the $1 million body. They say it's over budget, but you pay her just to judge it. Got to hit the big screen and shoot a little love scene. If Hollywood had called it, they'd be gone before you know. Come on. That was lame. Everybody out there, oh, Will Dick's getting high now. Yeah, he's smoking the pot so he can bring on all that comedy, yeah. Gonna have a puppet show, live puppet show in just minutes, yeah. Oh, just minutes, yeah, yeah. So make sure you've got your joint rolled. Make sure you've got your bowl packed. Make sure you've got yourself a fresh drink if that's what you're doing, yeah. Or maybe you're just eating ice cream. I heard today that mashed potatoes were better than ice cream. I should put up a poll, cause I think that's bullshit. I think you all know, yeah. I won't call her out on it, cause it's Mother's Day, but it was Jess The Mod that said it to me. Oh no, I called her out on it. There goes my night, oh yeah. Oh, are you okay with that, honey? Oh, Jess The Mod. Yeah, now she's waving her arms, yeah. Everybody out there, are you having fun tonight? Do you feel alright? It's Mother's Day, oh, Mother's Day groovy smooth, yeah, that's what I'm going for. A little groovy smooth, yeah, and some baritone, oh, bring it down, bring it on down now, yeah, oh. Jess and I each had a bag of 600 milligram gummies. Tonight we're feeling good, yeah, we're feeling alright, yeah. Feeling tired on a Sunday night. Ooh, it's Mother's Day, that's alright. I sent a video to my mom. It wasn't too long and it was a song with my kids, so that all went well. Oh, I got points. I got points with my mom today, cause I made that video and my kids were in it, so she said hooray, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah, here we go. Oh, we're having fun on a Mother's Day, yeah. Mother's Day, yeah. Oh, hey, Scotty B, how's it going? What you doing today? I've seen you out there on these YouTube streets today, checking out the things that we both like, yeah. Everyone we see all over the place. Oh, it's an awesome community out here in this YouTube space, yeah. YouTube space, yeah. Out in the YouTube space, getting down in the YouTubes. 2 chords is all I need. 2 chords is all I can keep up with. If there were more chords, I'd have to concentrate on the shifts and changes, and I'm just baked, yeah. I'm too baked to do more than 2 chords. I'm probably too baked for these 2 chords. I have no idea how bad this is right now, but I've got no shame. No, I've got no shame. I'll just play anyway, yeah. Just hand me a guitar and I'll go to town, yeah. Having fun tonight. Oh, look, Will Dick is back, yeah. Will Dick is back, and I bet he got himself a good buzz, yeah. Alright. Welcome back to Will Dick, the Art of Floundering podcast. How is your buzz doing, my friend?
I'm doing great, man. That I caught that some of that. It was wonderful, dude. That was awesome, man.
It was called Sweaty Filler. I'm calling that Sweaty Filler because it was filler and I'm sweating. That's why I'm calling it Sweaty Filler. You've got something for us.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do.
Oh, I'm gonna put you big.
Yeah. Let's.
How's this?
This is perfect. This is going to be the first time I've even looked at some of this. So in the future, these will actually be better prepared. But I hope that you enjoy tonight's live presentation from the Art of Floundering podcast and Spanky's Puppets and Comics in conjunction with Rich New Design. We are proud to present Addicted to the Pot live. Well, now, I suppose some of you think marijuana's harmless. Did you know the use of marijuana has become widespread over the years, with some people considering it a harmless drug? However, this perception is far from the truth. Marijuana addiction is real and can lead to a host of negative consequences. I'd like to explore some of the dark sides of marijuana addiction before we begin our play. But before we do that, man, why don't we talk to the man himself who we've put in charge? Gang, come on. I think we all know who we're talking about. POTUS, dog. Dear leader and President of the United States, Kim Jong-un. Hey, gang, I'm not looking happy tonight because despite my robust anti-420 policies, many of you have refused to comply. Marijuana addiction is a cycle that starts with experimentation and occasional use, leading to regular use and finally dependence. Individuals who use marijuana often experience a sense of euphoria, relaxation, and increased appetite. These effects create a psychological and physical dependence that makes it difficult to quit. That's why we here at the White House have sponsored tonight's fucking play, originally titled High and Low. Let me introduce the cast, and we're going to get into the play. That was what we call the prologue, guys. So that was the prologue. Here we do this. Boom. And Kim Jong-un goes away, man. Our first character, originally, AI called him Jack. We're going to call him Chad. Chad, a young man in his early 20s who's addicted to marijuana. Hey, man, my name's Chad. And let me tell you something right now. I love the 420. Well, Chad, it's tearing your life apart, man. And hopefully this play will get into it. But Chad has Sarah, Chad's girlfriend, who is concerned about his addiction. You know, Chad, when is the last time you held me? You know, I think you're in love with that marijuana injection drug paraphernalia device more than you love me. That's Sarah, but in this play, we call her Karen, man. And of course, we got to have a doctor. This Dr. fucking Feelgood, dude. He's a therapist who specializes in a marijuana addiction treatment. Look, man, marijuana addiction's the hardest to treat, dude. I'm here to tell you. I'd rather treat heroin addicts or meth heads. Somebody who's on the pot, trying to get them to shake that narcotic, it's almost impossible. That's why I like to work on early intervention with addicts like Chad. We'll get more through Dr. Miller. And as well intended as all these cats are, AI calls him Marcus. We're calling him Snake. Snake is Chad's friend. And he is also a marijuana user. That's right, man. I dig the pot. I dig the pot. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, so let's get into our play, man. Sorry, I'll work quick. All right, here we go. We find ourselves in Chad's apartment. I love marijuana, especially when it makes me trip and hallucinate. Maybe I'll jump out that window because I could fly. Jack is sitting on a couch in his apartment smoking a bong. Karen walks in. Chad, have you been smoking the pot? Chad takes a hit. What do you mean, Karen? Karen says, I mean, every time I come over, you're smoking the pot. You're always high and hallucinating. Just then, defensive, Chad says, so what, man? It's not hurting anyone. And just then, Karen couldn't take it anymore. It's hurting you, Chad. It's hurting you. Fade to black. Close. Act 1. Act 2. Karen convinces Chad to see Dr. Feelgood, a marijuana addiction therapist. Hell yeah, dude. Thank God he's reaching out for help, man. Hang on. Let me see if I got the right set ready to go. Well, let's just do that. He's going to see him at a Potaholics Anonymous meeting, man. So here we go. And where's our good doctor, man? So, Chad, says Dr. Feelgood, how long have you been on the pot? A few years, said Chad. It's not a big deal. Dr. Feelgood, concerned, says, actually, it is a big deal. Marijuana addiction is real, Chad, and it can have negative effects on your health and your life. Fade to black. End of Act 2. We got 2 more short acts, man. So basically, now we know Now we know that Chad has been told that his health is at risk, but he continues to smoke the pot, man. I don't care, man. I don't need anybody. As long as I have this bong, I'm good. Despite Karen's concerns and Dr. Feelgood, he starts to experience the negative consequences that marijuana addicts know, such as losing their job, having marijuana blackouts, marijuana flashbacks, losing relationships with friends, families, and dare I say, clergy. Dare I say. And that's where we find Chad all alone. How does it feel, Chad? You're all alone. And anybody else out there that thinks they have a healthy relationship with the pot? Well, I'm sure Chad and ChatGPT thought marijuana was harmless, but apparently ChatGPT came back with some knowledge. This narcotic place for keeps, kids. And it doesn't take prisoners. Let's get to act. Next. Next thing you know, hey, man, said Snake, I love getting high. Just then, Chad said, I can't do this anymore. I need to stop. What are you talking about, dog? Said Snake. You love smoking the pot. Gee whiz, Chad. Maybe Snake's right. Maybe you're just a no good marijuana addict, not even capable of living in a cul-de-sac, being in an HOA. You're just going to sit there, play the rock and roll, have random sex, and smoke the pot. Sounds like a one-way ticket to Palookaville to me. And with friends like Snake, who needs enemies, I say. Luckily, Chad decided to try to clean up his act, dude. Oh, wait a minute. Wrong. Here he is. Chad, where are you? Wrong Chad, man. There's no body. Hey, doctor, said Chad back at the Potaholics Anonymous meeting house. Chad goes back to see Dr. Feelgood. This time, our hero has a bit of a different tune. Wow, Chad, says Dr. Feelgood. I'm proud of you for seeking help. Chad, together, we can work to overcome your addiction. It wasn't easy for Chad. Chad struggled like all marijuana addicts struggle. Wow, man, I'm going through marijuana withdrawals. I gotta find a hypodermic in my needle. Stat, man. Hey, it's gonna be okay, Chad. Just ride it out, man. He's going through, he's experiencing typical marijuana withdrawal symptoms such as irritability and insomnia. Oh my gosh. I'm in a bad mood and I haven't slept. With the help of therapy and support groups. Hi, my name's Chad and I'm a potaholic. Hi, Chad. Welcome to Potaholics Anonymous. Thanks to help of therapy and support groups like Potaholics Anonymous, and of course, his sponsor, Stan. Hey, Chad, I really dig the way you're working the steps, man. Yeah, I find if I can just get out of my head and follow my sponsor in these 12 steps of Potaholics Anonymous, then I can overcome marijuana addiction. But you don't really ever overcome it, gang, because marijuana addiction's a disease, and we try to treat it as such. That's right, man. In conclusion, marijuana addiction's a serious problem. It can have negative effects on an individual's health and life. It's important to seek help and support to overcome addiction and start living a healthy and fulfilling life. And dare I say, maybe have the guts and the humility to recognize that the pot has made your life powerless, like it made Chad's life powerless, and your life had become unmanageable because of the narcotic, the pot. Maybe it's time to reach out to Potaholics Anonymous. Good job, Chad. Good job, ChatGPT. That's all I got. Thank you very much, man.
Yes. Let's give it up for Will Tickett, the Art of Floundering podcast. And with us is Gampro. There.
Oh,
now,
right on.
So that was I Chat GPT. That was AI writing a story with slight altercations, some names for some characters and such.
Right.
But that was Chat GPT, a story of pot addiction.
Marijuana addiction.
Oh, that was just it was informative. It was it's AI. Get ready. They're gonna take over your lives, and this is what they think. Oh, we are fucked. Oh, we are fucked. Hey, Gampro. No,
Hey.
sorry. Who am I? Who am I? This. Whoa, hang on. It was cum. It was something. What was that? What's
Sacrilegious cum.
Sacrilegious cum.
Sacrilegious
That's-
cum, yes.
Welcome, sacrilegious cum. Hey,
Thank you, thank you.
sacrilegious cum. Let me get you up here, and I want to make sure everybody gets connected too, because I made these for a reason. That's why I have these overlays. Let me get Campro's overlay brought up. If I can fucking see, I'm doing it, buddy. I'm doing it. Here we go. Hey,
There we
sacrilegious
go.
cum.
There we go. There he is.
There he is.
Welcome to Tatooine tonight. Behind me is Jabba's palace, once home to a criminal enterprise that controlled most of the Outer Rim's piracy, slavery, trafficking, and other bad stuff. And let me tell you, the stuff that happened in this place would make Jeffrey Epstein blush. It was awful. It was a terrible place. It honestly should probably be burned down.
Oh.
It's awful. I hate this place.
Oh, it sounds like you've got stories. It sounds like you've witnessed things. Is
Oh
that
yeah. My lawyer has advised me not to acknowledge my alleged involvement in some of these things. So I'm
Oh.
just not gonna get into it, but I've seen some stuff.
Oh man. Well, since the fall, since the fall, how are you? I mean, things really got shook up on there, from what I heard. How are things? How are things faring for you? How are you getting by there on Tatooine?
Well, basically, this Bib Wheel of Fortune guy took over after Leela Oregano choked out Jabba with a USB cord, and then Han Solo knocked out Boba Fettuccine Alfredo into a spaghetti pit. So then, after that, things got really weird. Eventually, this Boba Fettuccine Alfredo guy took over, and then, Boba, it made things a little bit smoother. But, at the end of the day, it's still Tatooine, Tusken Raiders will be shooting you in the sand. There's Jawa stealing your carburetors. And at the end of the day, you can't even blame them because it's their planet. It's theirs, We ruined it by mining, and then when colonization failed, all the smugglers and crime swarmed in. And, I don't know. I digress.
It sounds just. I mean, are you guys getting any help? Is anyone from the outside helping at all? Is anyone bringing
Not really.
assistance?
We're kind of on our own. I mean, we do have some stuff worked out with the Jawas, and they're helping us out a little bit too. I mean, they're kind of more built for this environment. I'm pretty sure I come from a jungle planet. I don't even know. I don't even know what the hell I'm doing here. I'm supposed to be up in a tree somewhere, and then these guys are all just fucking. I don't know. But we're getting some help, but not much help from the New Republic. They're not really helping us out much. In fact, they outlawed pod racing here, but we do it anyway because they have no jurisdiction here.
But that was a big thing on Tatooine. I mean, why would
No,
why would they outlaw that? That was a
It's
huge
too
thing.
dangerous. They say it's too dangerous. They have some nice
Oh.
Airbnbs near Mos Espa. You can get a room for dirt cheap, almost next to nothing for credits. And
Isn't that crap about this generation? They're trying to take all the fun out of life because there's a little bit of danger. I totally
Yeah,
get where you're
exactly.
coming from. It's
honestly,
happening.
I participate in the race, but they never notice me. Maybe it's because my pod race is too small, or because I usually crash on lap 2. But anyway, after the hospital, I usually drown my sorrows at the Mos Eisley Cantina, and that's a pretty happy place.
Oh, I've heard about that place. I have heard about that place. I mean, it gets rough in that place. You actually hang out. I wouldn't. You don't strike me as the kind that would fare well in a place like that.
Well, honestly, I'm kind of small, so it works to my advantage. I'm not the biggest dude in the room. Sometimes guys walk in there trying to be all tough, trying to kill, the biggest dude in there to make everyone look. Who's gonna look tough killing me?
Yeah, you got a point. I see what you're saying. I see what they just leave you. That's gotta. Well, I mean, are you? Since there's no help coming or anything, you're getting by okay. Do you have plans? Are you stuck there or something? I mean, you gotta.
I mean,
You gotta.
if I wanted to, I guess I could just stow away in somebody's ship and just kind of end up on another planet. I think maybe soon I'll try to go to Coruscant and I'll hit you up then and let you guys know what's going on in Coruscant. But I don't know. I'm starting to get sick of this planet.
I can understand. It sounds bleak. It sounds bleak as hell. Sacrilegious
bleak
come.
Yes. Bleak
That's-
as could
that-
be.
Oh, that's terrible. Everybody, hey, I know all of us are enjoying our Mother's Day. All of us here and
Happy
our
Mother's
cushy.
Day.
Yeah, well, it's not so happy there on Tatooine. We should all, let's take a moment. Let's take a moment to think of those that are worse off than us over here on Tatooine. Been sitting around watching God knows what kind of orgies going on with what those. They were pig guys. I mean, you know those pig guys.
All the bantha poop in the
Oh.
oh god, it's like two girls, one cup times 1,000.
I go excuse me, something in my throat.
Don't Google that on a full stomach.
Not on a full stomach, no, half stomach. Because otherwise you're gonna choke out on it. You don't want to choke. You don't want to choke on the vomit. You're a half stomach and then you vomit.
Just
But
keep
no,
telling yourself it's peanut butter. Yeah, sure, it's peanut butter, all right.
it's stopped being peanut butter 30 licks ago. It's
Yeah.
you have brought another element of filth to the show. This is wonderful, everybody. And let's think of these poor wretches on Tatooine while we sit here. And while we sit here on our fucking tablets and on our computers in our luxury. I bet you all have running water, don't you? Hey, how are things on Tatooine with running water? What are you doing there?
Well, the Hutts used to run all the water. All the water was controlled through them, which is why they were the most powerful thing here. But now, since that Boba Fettuccine Alfredo guy took over, all the water's a little bit cheaper, so we can all drink. But I don't know. There's a little bit less crime, but at the end of the day, it's still pretty messed up.
Oh man! And is there any way people can help? Is there anything people can do? Is there anything you'd like them to all think about?
Honestly, don't come here. That's the best thing you can do. Is because as soon as people start coming here, the planet can return to normal. It can do its own thing, and we can hang out in better places.
Well, there you go. There you go. And
Just leave them alone, and they'll leave you alone.
Everybody, this is fucking awesome. I love this. This is GamPro 420. Is his link out there? I know that Nightbot has been dropping that link. Everybody sees that at GamPro 420. Please get connected to him. It does a lot of sessions. Does a lot of marijuana, during those sessions. And there's also a lot of gaming and all that. But he's going to definitely be here with us on our Sunday nights when we come at you next week with a prepared and we're moving along kind of show and everything along those lines. I'm loving this.
Absolutely. This was more of a test run, This is like test footage to see how this bit would go in a future show. You know what I mean?
Oh, this is like everybody, please. I'm gonna make sure. Let me look and see how long ago it actually dropped. Because everybody get connected. Jess, if you would drop the link over there to GamPros, if you would grab that. And get that put into the chat because I'm too blind to see the one to highlight. Let me bring us all up. Let me bring us all up. That is fucking awesome. That was just so
That was so great, man.
that
I dug it.
and all the improv with that. That was I loved that.
Hey guys, I'll be
And,
right back. I see some Jawas coming over. I'm gonna try to trade some droids for some condoms. I'll be right back.
hey,
Alright,
for some
cool.
condoms, get some condoms. You can never have enough condoms. That's nice. That's nice. I
It was
wonder.
funny and visually cool, everything. It was that puppet was really fucking awesome, dude. It was really a cool
And
puppet.
doing the character. Gemma, Gemma, I want to say hi to Gemma out here. How are you on this Mother's Day? I saw you earlier out there and everything over
Peace
at
and
Allie's.
love, man.
Peace and love. And Allie had asked for a link, so I had sent one over to her. I don't know if I missed I don't get notifications on Instagram. And so because I use it on the computer, I don't use it on my phone. It eats
Yeah.
up part of my phone. And so I didn't get the notification. Here we go. I didn't get the notification until from her, but I got that over to her. This is GamPro 420. This is his link. I want everybody to get connected. Get connected to GamPro. Oh, that was so good. That was so
That
good.
was awesome, dude.
Hey, I loved the AI story. I love the AI story. Hey, so you're talking about doing that? Maybe letting it write you a story a week and just continue.
I don't know yet. I don't know yet. I might do that versus what I just come up on my own. This is what A spit out, and this is what I've come up with.
If you
You know what I
give
mean?
it, here are my characters. Here, define. I want a story that has this character, this character, this character, and it needs to be written like it's a season. So each, maybe it's episodic. See what it can follow a long train of thought, man, and then just give you. Okay, so look, I got 5 scripts here in front of me that kind of tell us with cliffhanger endings. Tell it to give cliffhanger endings to each one to try to and the reveals when I had it try to have although comedy, and that's difficult when you're trying to do comedy because comedy
Yeah,
is so subjective, and I did not like. I would ask it for a series of joke things, and I may only like one out of a dozen that it would give me. So Chat GPT is if
And it's limited on satire. I mean, at least I'm finding right now.
Right.
So, but there's some fun things you can. I'm figuring out what to do with it, but yeah, I'm thinking about having a weekly thing that's based off of what it spits out. But I'm not sure yet. We'll see what happens.
But let's say you were a person with a channel. Let's say you've got a homesteading channel. All these other YouTube creators, all these people out here in this chat, if they things like that, it will give you ideas for videos. Give me a list. It's real quick if you have trouble brainstorming, because not everybody, you and I. We've got more ideas than we're ever gonna fucking do, right? So it's not like that's ever a problem. But a lot of people run into roadblocks. Where Chat GPT, I need some ideas. Here's what my channel does. It'll pop out, and then you just go from there. I think it can help.
Here's what I think. It feels like doing a cover song. Okay, number one, it kind of feels like doing a cover song. Which is not bad. It's just not your work. So how do you make it your own? So one thing I thought would be interesting is saying, here's the subject. Here's what Chat GPT spit out was the script. Here's the original format, what it was supposed to be, and this is the puppet production, which will be, a really filthy deviation, but follow kind of the storyline and script. You know what I mean? But show this is the original script, but to show you this kind of got the thought process as far as where the plot's going, who the
Right.
characters should be. I may introduce new people, but just saying this is how it got me started. But keep that something very short, dude, because I don't want to exert a lot of effort on art that's not mine. It's
Right.
weird. You know what I mean?
Well,
So it would be
and
like a
that's-
2-minute thing.
That was
A
going to
2-minute
be
thing.
that was going to be my next statement, because you were saying cover song. And yes, when you're viewing it as a creative content creator, but for so many that are just, well, I knit, I work on RC cars, I do this other, and where they don't have that, well, I don't, they're not tied to the, well, I want it to be mine, like us, where we're writing stories, and writers and creators with you and I, and musicians would be the same way. I can see creative content, it feeling that way, and us wanting it to be ours. That's how I am. It's like when you and I were talking about G-May's work and what we thought, but knowing it's his work and what his vision is for it, you know, that to follow that direction. I think, though, for the other people, which a lot of people fall in that category of the, well, it's not my creative thing. They'll add the creative touch in the way they take the photos and the way they get.
Well,
But
it's to me, it's like mixed media art. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with taking, in my opinion. Look, dude, it's a tool.
right,
And to pretend, fuck AI. Well, that's just to be old and in the way in your thinking. And I'm sorry to be
Can
that
I
way.
interrupt for a second?
oh
Yeah.
yes,
Eddie Gannon is working on his goal right now of 400 subscribers, and he's like 3 away.
oh, I had dropped it
Anybody
with his
in the
actual
chat?
thing. After you
Oh,
go
I-
to the page, hit home, click on
This was
home.
Nightbot. He typed hashtag off.
Oh,
so
Nightbot.
that's why.
Oh, okay. Oh, Nightbot had. That's
Oh.
right. I've got to have Nightbot
I
grab
had
a.
done it earlier, but yeah.
I had dropped it.
Anybody that hasn't connected yet, help him
Eddie
out.
Gannon,
He is
just a really
talented,
super
beautiful
guy
voice.
out of Ireland. A really nice guy
Great
out of
guy,
Ireland.
talented guy.
That has a beautiful voice and a talented guitar player, very wonderful to listen to, and he's been doing lives lately and everything. Get connected to Eddie. He's a great guy, and he's on the invite list for Saturdays for the Guitar Zero. And I know one of these, it's so late over there. It's already midnight when we start, so it's got to be an evening. Although Eddie is up a lot of times, but
It's
it
kind of
depends
like
on when
if-
he's sleeping and when
if
he's up.
you're in the mood, life is fluid. Eddie. The other thing, Eddie is a strong dude.
Oh yeah.
One resilient dude. So he's a really cool cat to get to know and support. And he's mega talented too. But also all those things you said.
Oh, yeah, I
Super
like him.
cool.
I like
Yeah,
him.
he's a good
I,
dude.
I like trying to promote decent people. I like decent. I
Hey,
I
it's
don't,
almost 4:20 where he's at.
It's it's almost 4:20. It's 4:17 a.m. Yeah, it's 4:17. He was on Gmail, but later than me. I had to finish up. I just did 2 songs on there, and then later when I went back and watched, it was watching through. He was on later on. He was on there, so I knew, and he was. Well, wait a minute. Was he on Gmail, or was it that I saw him on one that started right after Gmail? He was on one with Mr. Smith.
Good
Mr.
gosh.
Smith was up and everything, and it was. So yeah, these guys, I tell you, in the UK and Ireland, all the United Kingdom, they don't keep schedules real well. They just. No, they're great. They're great. Eddie's awesome.
Wow, man.
Yeah, I thought I had seen you on there, and you were on the other one with Mr. Smith. I know, because I saw that, and I didn't actually. I don't know which channel that was, because I saw that on Ian's Guitar Shack. Ian had brought up the screen of the other live with Mr. Smith playing, and Ian was ripping it up on the guitar along with Mr. It was great that he was doing. And then Mr. Smith finished, and I noticed, and Eddie's up on the panel. So they were up there. Creeks. It was Creeks something. He said he came into Creeks. Yeah, that's where I saw you. So everybody, please get connected. Get connected to Eddie. Let's get him to that 400. He's starting to get out there and notice. I see him over on I Bring It Every Day's channel. I see him. hitting a bunch of different places. So he's getting out there.
Here, I'll be right back.
Oh, okay, okay. Maybe that means there's weed on the way. I don't know. How you doing?
I can do that too, but yeah. I'll
Would
be
would you
back.
do you want to go take yourself
I'm
a weed
good.
break?
I'm
Oh,
good right now. Yeah. I'm
Okay,
good.
okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know if anybody needed filler or anything along those lines.
no, I'm
You know,
good.
I did my sweaty filler earlier, and that was my two cords that keep me going and everything along those lines. Gampro may show back up and everything, but I figure we're gonna. I'm kind of thinking maybe in 10 minutes. 10 minutes we call this.
Sounds
'Cause
like a plan.
She's got to work at 9 in the morning. That way we get a decent amount of hours sleep and everything. And I get the feeling that you and I are. What is this, day 8 in a row? No, it's
Yeah.
more than 8. It's more than
Yeah.
8. 9. I'm not sure. Well, there's a good chance. There's a good chance. Well, oh, she brought a joint out here. That's awesome. Let me just get you up top here. Why do we have Jess The Mod down there
There
below?
we go.
Here we go. Now I get the feeling we'll probably be doing. I'm liking if
I'm
we
open.
just showing up and doing that because it's keeping me thinking in a creative manner and everything and like I say, this is my therapy. Doing this is my therapy.
Yeah, man. And, we get different people on. That's, like it has been. It's like just sit back and just enjoy the show with everybody
Saturdays
else.
are going to be great with that. I figure
Yeah.
we're going to end up working Sundays. Sundays are going to
Oh,
be
that's different. That's different. Yeah.
Those
that's
are
different, yeah.
but these randoms we can just have fun and,
These
and go
randoms are
through the
great.
day.
Because, yeah.
I've got projects I'm going to be working on art wise this week that I may bring up here and show and different stuff along those lines. So
On that topic, let me run an idea by you, man.
sure.
All right. I was thinking about, and the tie-in is, I love doing filth and filthy puppets, but there's other things I want to do too, and so, but Spanky, the character's from Atlantic City, New Jersey, which just happens to be my mom's, hometown. And I was thinking about, like, in the afternoon, because I'm spending more time with her, it's like doing like a live stream, like a history of Atlantic City, with her kind of talking about it. And it's a living history from her experience, because she grew up there. She's going to be 80. So we're talking like the 40s, the 50s, and 60s, when the boardwalk had like Sinatra. At the fight, and there's, so I don't know. I don't know, but
I actually
like an hour's a live stream. She wouldn't be on camera; it'd be just talk, and then done, and then
that has value beyond doing a live. That has so much
Yeah.
value.
it's like a living history.
A living history. Getting that perspective while it's here. Because
Right.
I love that. I love that idea.
And I just thought, if somebody got interested, when I'm talking about, like, Spanky being in a shithole, and they go back and listen, my mom could talk about her experiences in that shithole,
Well,
but,
and think about generations beyond you that
Right.
that could then see this. That could then and beyond the ones that are here now. I always think of my children and that I have made sure, because I don't have shit for my childhood. I've made sure there's so many thousand videos, photos, and everything that I've just recorded all this and making sure and back it up and everything so that they have all that for the future. And I talk to the camera as though it's the dad with the future baby. I used to make future baby videos when they were in the womb, talking to them about plans, about hopes, and points of view, things like that. I almost vlog for them, for their future, just for them to see. And so I view what you're talking about and the value of that as just, oh, that's gold. That's gold. That is a those memories and everything to hang on to for the something
and then,
that can live beyond.
after, it would be like a whatever, right, on the live stream. But I would probably break up some of that with some actual video / art of Atlantic City tied into it. Kind of, it might be interesting. I don't know yet. But I just thought
Either do the live or record and just sit and get hours and hours recorded, and then pull the best and have pre-recorded that you put together for the public.
yeah,
But then you've got all this, like that video that I showed with my daughters. Like I
Yeah.
said, there's several minutes beforehand that are priceless minutes, I think, for me interacting with the kids. Because we're laughing, we're sarcastic with each other, we're all making mistakes, and I stored that. I've stored that video for the future. I put out the one of the final song, the part we cut out. I place a lot of value on things like that and what you're talking about doing with
Yeah,
your mother.
all right,
So
yeah.
that sounds gold to me. That
I might
sounds
give it a shot. All right,
definitely
cool.
worthwhile.
That's something I'm thinking about. Just kind of like in the
You-
periphery.
You
In the
just made
periphery.
me think about it with my mother. Think
Mm-hmm.
about getting. I wish I had that from my grandfather.
Oh, God, yeah.
There's, and so I'd like my grandchildren, great grandchildren, to have access to my mother's talking about her childhood, stuff along those lines. That sounds awesome.
Oh, dude. Okay, so what else
I
is
got-
going on?
I got nothing. I got nothing. What else is going on tomorrow? Tomorrow on the Jay Jordan, and I know that link has been getting dropped out here. Tomorrow, the Jay Jordan is doing the Holy Grail with the burpees. He's going to be doing 1,000 burpees. I can't remember how many hours it took him last time he did this. This might be the fourth Holy Grail he's done. In maybe less than the last year, maybe the last 6 months, I'm not sure. But he's doing that. He's running a live. He's doing that live tomorrow. So everybody, the Jay Jordan's link has been getting dropped out there. I want you to get connected to him. I wanna make sure. I want to make sure that everybody is connected to GamePro. Hey, buddy, how's it going? Hey, yes. Oh, see, I want to pop like that. That's what we needed. The show wasn't complete without the coughs. A show that talks about marijuana as much as we do definitely needs a lot of that. That's what it needs. I want to make sure everybody's connected to. What do you got going on, GamePro? With your
In
channel?
terms of what? Like tonight or just in general?
Just the next week. Is there anything beyond? What can people expect if they come over and connect to you? Because I know you're doing the lives with the Jedi gameplay.
Oh yeah, I've been doing a lot of the lives with the Jedi gameplay just because I've just been having so much fun with it. I'll probably start doing sessions again, like early, maybe not. I mean, it depends on where you live, I guess. But I'll try to do morning sessions throughout the week this week. But for the most part, my schedule is pretty hectic, so I pretty much just go live when I can. I wish I could stick to a schedule, but I can't always. And sometimes there's just there's an opportunity, and you gotta grab it and go for it. You know.
I understand. You're in the boat with, like I am. Kids dictate what you can and can't do. You end up having to take care of those obligations and other family obligations and everything. I have found myself watching because when I see if I'm not just already in the middle of, and basically if I see you running, I'm gonna go ahead and bring it up and everything, and I usually will leave it running, and I find myself watching. I find myself just getting into it. Because I'm a Star Wars fan. I'm a fan of both. I am actually a huge Star Trek, and the original three. I afterwards, I'm very judgmental of everything afterwards. But I was a huge fan of my lousy motorcycle. I had 100 cc that I called the Millennium Falcon. It would blow. I adjusted the carb on it, set the floats way off. It was blowing blue smoke out the back when it would run. That's
awesome.
I trashed that thing when I got a 125. When I finally could afford to get a 125, it was a bad story. But I have 600 milligrams of gummies, and wherever I was going with whatever I was saying, I'm gonna get. It's easier to admit
Well, you're
that right
you're
now.
talking about how you're a fan of Star Wars and Star Trek, and I feel
Yes.
like I am as well. Um, I'm a fan of the original Star Trek series, and I always forget the name of the one with the card in it.
Next Generation.
Next Generation. I'm also a big fan of Next Generation. Everything else, I don't know. Couldn't really get
Did
into a
you
lot.
did you have the opportunity to watch Deep Space Nine?
Was that the one with Captain Janeway?
No,
No.
that was the space station with Cisco.
Oh,
Cap-
right. That was like
He was
It was
Hawk
like-
from
yeah.
from Spencer for
Mhm.
Hire in the '80s.
Mhm.
The actor Avery Brooks. Just that actually, I love all of them except I can't make it through Voyager. I've never made it through the one with Jane.
Mhm.
I've never made it through all the seasons.
That one with
Love
Janeway, right?
Yep,
Yeah.
that's the one with Janeway. And it was the writing. It really was the writing with the story. But and all the new stuff Paramount's come out with, I love.
Oh yeah.
But the Cisco was one of the most complex captains, leader at the station, and I really like where they went with that with the program during that with Deep Space Nine.
Yeah, that was my favorite
if-
one too.
that is actually my favorite of all of them. It was just so
I'll
powerful.
have to try to get into Deep Space Nine. I feel like I tried, and I had a hard time getting into it, and then I just gave up. But I'll give it another try now that you say that. Whenever one of my friends, whenever I try something, my friends are like, "Oh, that was actually really good." Like, you know what? Maybe I wasn't in the right mindset. Like maybe I was mad when I tried to watch it or something.
That
and
happens.
I was like, "Oh, it sucks," but I could have been watching anything, and I would have said it sucks. You know what I mean?
That does happen. That does happen. I want to make sure because it is Mother's Day that I stick to the. I told her we'd get out of here
yeah.
about
Oh,
11:30. So
yeah.
we're probably going to go ahead and wrap this up. Everybody out there, I want you all to make sure that you are connected to at GamPro 420 at GamPro 420. The link is dropped out there and everything. I want to make sure that everybody is connecting to the Art of Floundering podcast. Will Dick. We are going to be, and I want to thank Jess the Mod for all the
Yes.
work that she has done. I want to thank Auntie. I want to thank Auntie for all the work, that Auntie does just across the musical community. He is out there moderating in so many chats. He is dropping everybody's link, and I know he's working while he's doing that. And in different communities, you'll see the one person who just really is helpful, super beyond, and you think, how are they in all these spots at once? There's another person that I'm thinking of, Scratching PPA, who falls under that category with Tuber Chat. But Anti is just at Jack is just you're fantastic. I really appreciate you and everybody out there in the community. I know they have all said such great things about you, and everybody appreciates all that you do for the music community out there. You're awesome. Will Dick, do you have anything you'd like to say to the kids before we say goodbye?
Peace and love. Happy Mother's Day. And let's just peace and love.
Jess, anything you'd like to say?
Same, basically. Love everybody, and happy Mother's Day to the moms and the motherly figures, and yeah, have a great night.
GamPro?
To prove that I am also a Star Trek fan, and in addition to being a Star Wars fan, I will show you a little tiny Riker that I have. And little tiny Riker wants to say Happy Mother's Day, and he hopes you all have a good night.
Yes. Hang on. Keep Riker up. Keep Riker. Oh shit. Oh, I'm an idiot. This is the idiot running the camera. I apologize. Tiny Riker, on behalf of Rich New Design, on behalf of the Art of Floundering podcast, on behalf of Gampro and the J. Jordan channel, we can't wait till you return, friend. Happy Mother's Day. Riker,
Happy Mother's
Riker.
Day.
Peace and love, everybody. Peace
Peace
and
and
love.
love.